One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser, my posse deep and I raiding. We act a fool for the paper, had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me, bet on my bacon. Big it flat in the bacon, I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on second is Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Watson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Corey Legion in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Out of the gun, Watson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. J.J. Watt in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll run it here. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. In on the tackle, it was Duke Ejiofor.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Watson now to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now Jones. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw. Rolling to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Reset.
Watson on 3rd down. Caught left side, Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Chargers. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
He'll look to throw. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be taken at the 10. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Watson. That complete to Lamar Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Denzel Perryman. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And room there to work it inside the 25. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Houston after this timeout. The Chargers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, look at 56. Lucky.
They'll set up to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Watson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Watson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. They'll set up a throw. It's caught on the right side, Williams. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. A gain of 6 there on first. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. The Chargers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now Jones. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Elsewhere, a score update from New Orleans. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he whips that one incomplete there. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
To the right side, complete to Miller. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
After the interception, here's Watson. He gets it complete to Harris. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Brad Nordman now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. A shotgun snap for Watson, escaping the pressure right. Got some real estate inside the 30, and he's finally down at the 21-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there, because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
On second down, here's Miller. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So now from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Here's Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Demetrius Harris, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And it's 21-3. Rosas now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston, it's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Richmond. Green, the line.
On first down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, Black 22! Black 22!
Watson now to throw. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
What part do they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He'll drop to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Drop to throw. Flush to his right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. They'll set up to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. DJ Reader able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this Texans defense stands tall. And here comes the Texans now. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They begin with a run by Miller. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? Got his man complete over the middle. That's Warren. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And the pitch goes to Miller. Room to run past midfield. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. PAT up and good by Rosas. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now Jones. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. DJ Reader in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.